Ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
Once the face of Disney's bold reimagining of Snow White, Rachel Zegler now finds herself in the eye of a cinematic storm. After months of standing firm against critics and defending the live-action project, she's watching the narrative shift. And not in her favor. The film, once anticipated as a cultural milestone, is floundering at the box office. Meanwhile, a movie based on Minecraft, a game made of pixelated blocks, is stealing the spotlight and smashing records like Creepers in creative mode. Behind the scenes, the pressure is reportedly starting to take its toll. Industry insiders suggest Rachel is now seeking professional support to navigate the emotional toll of intense public scrutiny. A year of internet backlash, relentless judgment, and the weight of expectations seems to be catching up. It's no longer just about the performance. It's about surviving the storm that follows when Hollywood dreams clash with internet culture and fan expectations. Rather than embracing the fallout with grace, she's reportedly shifting the blame outward, pointing fingers in every direction, even at Minecraft. Yes, really. Rachel is now allegedly implying that the blockbuster buzz around the pixel-packed game adaptation helped tank Snow White. Not the script, not the execution, not the lukewarm publicity tour, just...
It's hard, and it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay.
A video game, as if the blocks built a wall between her film and box office success. A film built on digital blocks is now outshining one of Disney's crown jewels, and it's not even close. Minecraft has raked in over $700 million globally in less than 3 weeks, leaving Snow White, a legendary Disney staple, in the dust. In just 20 days, it earned more than triple what Snow White managed in 3 months. What was once a timeless fairy tale is now trailing behind a game filled with creepers and blocky zombies. We're not just watching a box office dip. We're witnessing a public unraveling. And sadly, this isn't Rachel's first dance with harsh backlash. A resurfaced clip from the early days of the Snow White remake shows a much younger, visibly emotional Rachel. In the video, her voice trembles, her composure falters, tears almost spill as the weight of the criticism already begins pressing down. The storm didn't start now, it's just finally reached its peak. In the clip, she opens up, trying to put words to the crushing wave of criticism she faced long before the film ever hit screens. It's hard. It's isolating. It's really isolating, she admits, her voice thin with vulnerability. Still, she clings to hope, saying if loneliness exists, so must light, and she'll find it. Back then, it felt like unprovoked hostility. But after months of relentless bad press, the picture looks far more complicated now. Between eyebrow-raising interviews and remarks that missed the mark, Rachel's own supporters are starting to waver. Backlash was expected. Celebrity scrutiny is nothing new, but what caught people off guard was how fiercely she pushed back. She's blamed online harassment, hinted at tension on set, and even implied that her co-stars may not have had her back. Yet, in all this finger-pointing, something seems missing, a moment of honest self-reflection that never quite arrives. So far, in her public remarks, Rachel has yet to fully acknowledge responsibility.
Prepares, so I have literally been exclusive to Minecraft for the last month and a half.
Right.
All Minecraft all the time.
For the film's mismatched tone, its awkward marketing, or her controversial take on the original Snow White. And now it seems Disney is slamming on the brakes. According to insiders, the studio is pressing pause on its entire live-action remake pipeline. Even high-profile reimaginings like Tangled, once seen as sure bets, are now being quietly shelved as the company reassesses its direction. Projects that were once in the works are now under review, an industry term that often means they could be shelved for good. The entire strategy is on shaky ground, not just one actress caught in the crossfire. While Rachel struggled to reshape the story, pointing fingers at everything from critics to co-stars, someone else remained silent, until he didn't. Enter Jack Black, who recently broke his silence with a surprising comment that shifted the conversation in an entirely new direction. In an interview that was as polite as it was pointed, Jack Black delivered one of the sharpest reality checks of the year. Without ever mentioning Rachel by name, he managed to subtly roast Disney's entire strategy in under 30 seconds. all while reminding everyone why Minecraft is dominating. With years of Hollywood experience under his belt, Jack knows how to navigate a PR storm. So when the opportunity arose, he didn't miss a beat in calling out the flaws in the approach that's failing to connect. When interviewers brought up his role in Minecraft, the very film that outperformed Snow White at the box office, Jack Black could have easily taken a jab. But he didn't. No gloating, no negativity, just a calm smile. In an IGN interview, he simply said, "An actor prepares." He went on to explain how he's been fully immersed in Minecraft for the past month and a half, showing a level of dedication that speaks volumes without uttering a single harsh word about the competition. All Minecraft, all the time. I'm in this little movie called Minecraft, and while I don't want to brag, it's definitely a big...
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story.
Jack Black chuckled, clearly enjoying his dive into the world of blocks. I'm just getting back into the Minecraft universe, revisiting it. You see, years ago, I played a lot because my kids were totally hooked, and I wanted to connect with them, so I made sure to really dive in and learn their language, studied it like crazy. I got really into it, building houses, digging, tunnels. And now jumping back into Minecraft, it's just awesome. With that one simple sentence, Jack Black captured everything. A sense of excitement, gratitude, and pure fun. It wasn't about politics, lectures, or throwing shade. It was all about the joy of the game. That kind of enthusiasm is exactly what fans crave. Genuine, lighthearted, and full of the kind of energy that makes you want to dive in yourself. Being part of something that feels exciting and fresh, Jack Black's energy stood in stark contrast to Rachel's comments about Snow White. When asked about the original film, she didn't hold back, calling it outdated, labeling the prince as a stalker, and dismissing the core themes of the classic story. The 1937 cartoon, she pointed out, had a heavy focus on the love story, especially the one between Snow White and a man, something she found dated and problematic. Jack Black embraced the nostalgia, expressing how lucky he felt to be part of the Minecraft universe, while Rachel Zegler took a more distanced approach to Snow White. She publicly distanced herself from the original, treating the role more like a platform for critique than a celebration. Then, the internet erupted with a viral moment, a Minecraft parody skit of Jack Black that exploded across social media. It was a clever, lighthearted jab that captured the contrast in how both stars were approaching their roles. A meme surfaced, a chicken roasting in lava, with Rachel Zegler's face photoshopped onto it. The question was simple: what happens when you mix lava and chicken? The answer was savage, yet oddly fitting. The meme quickly went viral, resonating with fans for its blunt truth. Jack Black, without uttering a word, unintentionally became the symbol of what fans were craving: good vibes, likable characters, and a complete absence of negativity. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered fandom energy. While Rachel found herself in near-empty theaters, holding flowers and facing a harsh reception, Jack Black was being showered with praise across fan pages and subreddits. His approach, fun, lighthearted, and respectful of the audience, perfectly mirrored the essence of Minecraft. The film wasn't made to lecture or preach. It was crafted for the fans, offering a joyful experience without any judgment. Jack's energy resonated with what Minecraft stood for: a celebration of the fans, not a critique of them. Here's where the real issue lies. While Rachel and Disney tried to update Snow White by taking away its classic fairy tale charm and replacing it with a story full of messages, Minecraft stuck to what worked. It gave fans a simple, enjoyable adventure that let players, as well as parents, experience it in a way that felt natural. There were no hidden agendas or moral lessons shoved in. The film just wanted to...
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
That iconic statue. My presence and journey will be appreciated for what they are, a testament to enduring through life's challenges, broken pieces and all. The public's growing perception of Rachel's image being more carefully crafted than genuine was further fueled by moments like these. Just as people began to question the authenticity of her persona, Rachel threw an emotional curveball. She shared on social media that her dog was battling an unexplained illness, asking her followers for support during this tough time. This vulnerable moment momentarily shifted the narrative as she opened up about the personal struggle she was facing. But even in this raw moment, some fans remained skeptical, questioning whether the timing was merely another attempt to reshape her public image. In the midst of the chaos, Rachel shared a deeply personal moment, revealing that her dog was facing a serious, mysterious illness. The post felt sincere, raw, and far from a calculated PR move. It simply felt human. For a brief moment, the audience that had spent months criticizing her paused and reconsidered. Fans and even some critics began to wonder, maybe there's more to her than the persona we've seen. It was a rare glimpse of vulnerability that shifted the narrative, offering a reminder that behind the public image, she was still just a person, grappling with real-life challenges. It became clear that Rachel wasn't the villain in this story. Perhaps she was simply caught off guard by the harsh realities of Hollywood when things spiral out of control. However, sympathy can only carry someone so far. As Rachel attempts to regain her footing, the industry seems to be moving on. Reports indicate that her upcoming projects are now under review, with casting calls hitting a pause. Directors are hesitating, unsure of where to take her career next. It's a stark reminder of how quickly momentum can shift in an industry that thrives on the next big thing. Studios are now treading carefully, wary of inviting more controversy. Snow White hasn't even crossed the $100 million mark at the US box office, and for Disney, this isn't just a flop. It's a glaring warning sign for future reboots. The issues extend beyond just one underperforming film. They touch on brand integrity, audience burnout, and whether Rachel Zegler's name has become a liability in the eyes of the public. It's no longer just about a single project. It's about whether Disney can recover the trust of its audience and rebuild momentum for future films. What was once a straightforward box office rivalry between Snow White and Minecraft quickly transformed into something far more complex. It became a reflection, a mirror showing not just the performance of two films, but the larger forces at play in Hollywood. Just as the dust began to settle, a new voice entered the fray, one that could elevate the conversation to unexpected heights. This wasn't just about two movies anymore. It was about how public perception, controversy, and industry expectations were reshaping the very nature of modern filmmaking. The two films couldn't have had a more contrasting approach. One leaned into the warmth of nostalgia, delivering a sense of sincerity and fun, while the other was weighed down by heavy-handed messaging, contradictions, and a press tour that fueled more debates than enthusiasm. When the box office numbers rolled in, the audience had already spoken. Now, Rachel Zegler's name is unfortunately linked to one of Disney's most notable missteps. But here's the twist. She's not merely the face of failure. She's caught in a much bigger web of shifting expectations and industry miscalculations. Rachel Zegler may be the first actor to get caught in the crossfire of a studio's shifting identity, but she certainly won't be the last. As for Disney, they're keeping their heads down for now, quietly scrapping remakes behind closed doors and allowing the poor box office performance to fade without comment. But make no mistake, the next move they make will be calculated more, cautious, and strategically safer. Their focus will likely shift toward making less controversial choices, with an eye on rebuilding trust and avoiding further pitfalls. Do you think Rachel Zegler was unfairly singled out? Or did Disney set her up for failure with their approach? Or is this simply what happens when timeless stories are reimagined for the sake of public relations? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments. We read them all. And if you thought this story was shocking, just wait until you see what we've got coming next. Catch you next time.